What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mr. Straight Facts Show. I'm Mr. Straight Facts. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Mine was pretty good. I just woke up to some more trash about Trump. I'm going to tell you right now. Today, throughout the day, I flick on some news or one news source or something, and they're all kind of like on the same train, except for Fox, about Donald Trump and Robert Mueller. Now, Robert Mueller, he was a war hero. And the crazy part about it is, Robert Mueller wasn't even drafted. My man volunteered. And then the president becomes Mr. Bone Spurs. Somebody you're supposed to respect, Mr. Bone Spurs. How are you supposed to respect this dude? Donald Trump. He's going to sit here and say some of the most egregious shit. Now, you may not even know or like or care about my spin on this, whatever it may be. I get it. But this is what he said. Robert Mueller just died. Good. I'm glad he's dead. He can no longer hurt innocent people. President Donald J. Trump. All caps. We don't know of him hurting any innocent people because your orange ass was hellified guilty. They just couldn't do anything because you was a president. Had you not been a president at the time when you was a civilian, your ass would be behind bars and you probably would have died there where you deserved. But white privilege in this country is a hell of a drug. They'll allow you to do some of the craziest shit and get away with it. You broke the law. If you weren't president at the time, you'd be behind bars. Mueller even basically said this. And you guys took it and ran it. We won. No, you didn't. He literally said you would basically be in jail, but you can't due to not even a law, just some fucking letter somebody wrote. I don't know why they go by this letter, but this document that somebody wrote that says the president can't be, arrested or whatever under being a president. I can see when we're at war, but when you're just breaking the law on the regular, yeah, you should be gone. And a part of that, because you got to think again, they were worried about him still going to jail. So what happened? During his next presidency, he went to the Supreme Court and got immunity. So on top of this little note that they could have went either way on and would have been fine. So they could have took him to jail, but they chose not to do it and being political. He went and got, through the Supreme Court, he went and got immunity. So now that little document don't mean anything. That immunity trumps this little document, which was just a document, not a law. It wasn't passed by anybody. It was just something that was written in I think in the FBI or DOJ. It didn't make any sense at the time. Still doesn't make any sense. I can see if we was at war, we need the president. At the time, we weren't at war. So anyway, but that's the situation. Now, what this man said about Robert Mueller. First of all, you got to give a flying fuck about what this orange turd thinks or cares about. Because I am not holding back 1 ounce. You can call me what you want to call me. But I promise you, as God is my witness, when that orange fuck dies, there will be a party had. Oh, yeah. Ding dong, the bitch is dead. I didn't say which. I'm going around ding dong the bitch. If I don't get a shirt and have his feet all curled up and shit in a tombstone, orange fuck is gone. You trust me. Trust me. I am not gonna be like, oh, he died and his family. Fuck his family. Waiting for the rest of them to be underground. The entire fucking clan. I don't want to ever see a Trump. The entire Trump. Anything with the Trump should go. When he goes, all the rest of them should go. Kids and all. I don't care. You may grow another one of these damn demons. I don't want them. Get them out of here. All of them. If they were around grandpa, and granddad or dad and all that shit, and they didn't have no problems with him, they could be gone too. Care less. That whole lineage. Hotel goes down, I don't give a fuck. I give two shits. So I'm glad he did that, to be quite honest. I'm glad he said that about Robert Mueller, because it'll make me feel so much better when he goes. Because trust me, on every platform, I'm going to put this right here. Donald Trump just died. Good. I'm glad he's dead. He can no longer hurt innocent people. And I ain't going to say President Trump. I'm just going to leave it at that. American citizens. And I'm assigning it as citizens, like I'm more than one. I speak for a lot of people. That's what I'm going to feel like. Trust and believe. I ain't got no problems with it. Let him speak his mind. He evil. He mad at a man that tried to put him behind bars, he believes. But this man that tried to put him behind bars, he was called by who? To do the Mueller was chosen to do this job by Donald Trump's DOJ. He didn't want to do this job. In fact, he didn't. He was like on the fence with it. Robert Mueller was. Right? But Donald Trump's head of DOJ at the time, who was that? Bill Barr. Bill Barr got this dude to do the job. So he goes and does the job, does his thing, and at the end of it, it's over. Can't do nothing about it. He says that, oh yeah, he did some shit, but can't do anything about it. So, rest in peace, Robert Mueller. Thank you for your service. I know you ain't losing no kind of, your family ain't losing no kind of sleep of the orange turd. Not at all. But like I said, I will be celebrating. I'm getting a steak. I'm getting some drinks. I'm going out and party. I hope to go to a comedy club and see a few comedians, laugh and talk shit about him and spit on his grave, and then come back home and then have a great time. And that might be the first time in my life that I'll party for an entire fucking week. I promise you that. I promise you that. And I don't care what you think about me after that, because that dude's a demon. I don't do that with normal people. But Donald Trump is the devil reincarnated. There is no way in hell I won't celebrate the devil dying. You best believe it. Best believe it. I'm partying. I'm doing everything, boy. I'm going to record it. I might make content off of it. I might try and make some money off of his death. Think I won't? Shit. I don't try to make money off the stuff I do now, barely. Shit, but that one, I'm going to be putting out content that entire week. I'm going to put out shit. I'm going to try and think of a whole strategy of what to do the entire week. Pictures of them, everything. Think I won't, man. So anyway, like I said, when everybody's getting all mad about what he is, I'm like, that's Donald Trump. How y'all going to act like that wasn't Trump? That was him. He is I, ain't he, me, but it's for him to say, he is I am him. He's the devil. I didn't expect this man to have anything. Remember what he said about John McCain? You know what I'm saying? He's not a war hero because he got caught. Yeah, anyway, you don't expect. Sell some hats and drive some I'm going to come up with a slogan. I don't know. We got to come up with one. I'll make some hats. I promise you. Let's give him some time. Let's give me a couple weeks. Lord, you can take him in a couple weeks. Let me get something together. But yeah. So this orange creep was at his tarmac today, and he had some things to say. It's a little long. I know some of y'all could turn your audio down, but we're going to listen to some of the stuff as we debunk some of it as it goes. But let's get it.
Mr. President, Iran's foreign ministry says you're not telling the truth when it comes to productive conversations to end the war.
They're going to have to get themselves better public relations people. We have had very, very strong talks. We'll see where they lead. We have major points of agreement. I would say almost all points of agreement. Perhaps that hasn't been conveyed. The communication, as you know, has been blown to pieces.
Lie, at least 3 right there, but lie, what you can find out this lie right now is he's rationalizing in his head. You caught me in a lie, so how do I get out of it? And they said, because he said that, you know, they had an agreement with Iran, and Iran's like, the fuck if we did. And so he's sitting there trying to say, well, you know, the communications kind of messed up. Their phones are kind of messed up and so forth. They can't communicate with each other. So they just don't have a communication between one and the other. Now, automatically, how the hell did they contact us, America, and tell them that Donald Trump's a lying piece of shit? How did they get in contact? They can't call next door, but they can call across the world. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Call across the fucking water, the ocean. Ooh, can't even send a missile this far, but they got that phone message all the way here to tell people you're a lying sack of shit, and you're going to sit in front of the camera and tell these people their communication is so bad that they can't call each other from the next block. Oh, I'm going to call this dude over here in the other section. They can't call within their own country, but they can make it to America. You have to be the dumbest fuck on the planet to believe this piece of shit saying what he just said. It makes no sense. It makes zero sense. Even if they had a satellite phone, they could still call each other with the satellite phone. But this man's like, perhaps they just haven't connected with each other since we talked. Did you just finish talking to him? Because it seems as though this happened a while back ago. And so therefore they can contact us and have a conversation, but can't contact the rest of their people. But it's crazy though. They're contacting each other and say, yeah, you light his ass up over there. You light his ass. They all on communication on who to light the fuck up. They talking to each other because they still lighting each other to hell, not each other, but they're lighting the fucking Middle East the hell up in American bases and everything on a regular basis, but they got no communication. It's strange. And then he says earlier, well, they got all their satellites and all their radar information is all, well, they lighting y'all the fuck up. So somehow they learning how to get past what you don't blew all up. And the news just lets it go. I'll be like, yo, so how are they bombing Iran still, Israel again still? And there's like bombs landing. We've seen pictures like every fucking 10 minutes. How they doing that if you don't tore up all their like radar and satellite shit that they can't get bombs up, and yet they got bombs up? How that work? I mean, put them on the spot. I know he ain't gonna do them and go, you know what you work for? Huh? God. Oh God, I work for Jesus. So you want to talk shit about Jesus? Let me hear it. Let me hear it. So you work for what? I work for Jesus. Tell me how Jesus is a bad reporter. Say that's what you got to say? Okay. See, he ain't a Christian. He talking about Jesus. I'll be a smart ass. He said, who you work for? God. Who you work for? The devil, right? I knew it. So what does the devil say? Shit. Think I wouldn't? Fuck that job. Fuck a job when I'm talking about fucking democracy. I promise you, you talk shit, your ass will find a job. America will give you a job somehow, some way in the same industry just to fight for them. If you get outside this fucking bubble of this news media that asks questions we don't give two shits about and don't have the balls or the wherewithal to ask a question that lights his little orange ass up. I mean, Eric Benet wants cheese and grease to take him out. I want one of y'all to get him so heated that he don't turn orange. He turns like a bright, like burnt orange. And if you keep on getting him pissed, he just might fall the fuck out. Why don't you do some shit like that? Huh? Okay. You want a job. Okay, I get it. I would, if I was a reporter, I mean, fuck that job. I'd be on a mission to make sure that this man was hot at me at all times. At all times. Because of the fact that everything he does is lie. And at some point in time, you guys should be pissed about being lied to. Because I get tired of y'all bringing his lies back to us and trying to decipher it's a lie or not. It's a lie, bitch. How the fuck you gonna sit here and listen to this man literally say that they just can't communicate with each other? They got to get a better PR team. You a fucking liar. The fuck you talking about? We got in contact with him. Who? Them? Who them? Yeah, head person over there. Head who? Motherfucker, you could be talking to the head waiter Who the fuck are you talking about had what? And then don't give you no information, and they go back to the news station where he ain't spoke to nobody. A phantom person he spoke to.
They're unable to talk to each other. So we've had very strong talks. Mr. Witkoff and Mr. Kushner had them. They went.
First off, you think these mother beeps is gonna sit there and talk to the same fuckers they talked to before when you sat there and bombed them after they don't sit? These people do not want to speak to your ugly ass nephew or what is it? Your daughter's husband? Yeah, whatever the fuck he is to you. Son-in-law. They don't want to speak to his ass or the Witkoff guy. Did you guys know that these people don't have any experience in negotiation whatsoever? They don't have any government experience. Neither one of these two. So how the hell they over there trying to do international shit when these people don't know nothing about international negotiations? Not on their resume. And then we go to war. You think these people are going to want to listen to the same fucks that came back before? You better get some new people. We ain't listening to them. I don't take Iran to be stupid. But Donald Trump takes Americans to be stupid. That you literally think that these people are going to speak to the same fuckers who ended up getting their father killed. Their supreme leader killed. The same dudes that they negotiated with before, and negotiations were going well. And they trusted these pieces of shit. And then all of a sudden, kaboom, killed the leader, supreme leader. And these same people, have you not forgotten that these are the people that will be okay with blowing themselves up to kill you? You think they literally let you fucking supreme leader kill somebody, and then they're going to sit here and be like, oh, we want to have some talks? Man, don't give me that shit. These people don't want talks. They want Donald Trump 85 feet below ground. That's where they want him. And they ain't going to stop until they get somebody. Somebody. You think they're going to just stop for the fuck of it? For what? For what? Donald Trump got in this and forgot that he's a lack of a better term, he's a pussy. And the reality is, these people are not. These people are willing to die. These people are beyond signing up for the military. These people will strap a bomb to themselves and walk dead up in a restaurant and eat their last burger. And then before it go kaboom, will say something to God while they tear out the whole restaurant in a building just with their body bomb. And Donald Trump, he makes fucking, I'm going to get him. And then what? You got 48 hours, 49, 50. Okay, you got 5 days. 5 days, 6 days. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and bomb him again. But yeah, save the oil. These people are not wussies. These people have seen bombs come to them for decades upon decades. I guarantee you, most of the ones who are old enough, they like, bomb ain't nothing but fucking mosquito bite at this point. Boom. Oh, yeah, they got that building. That's about $3 million. I forgot that brick. Okay. $3.5 million a fix. We got it. We good. All right. Next. It's us that'd be like, oh my God. We be chasing things and running, trying to dig a hole in the ground to live in. They ain't like that. They got bombs on the regular. They got problems with people on the regular, especially America. They ain't scared. America thought they was going to huff and they're going to puff and they're going to blow Iran down. Iran said, keep your huffing and puffing, bitch. You got all these weapons and everything. Cool. Do what you got to do. Hey, send a nuke if you like. We still going to get you. We like roaches, bitch. We ain't going nowhere. You killed the majority. We coming back somehow, some way, and we going to get you. If I had to come and get you when I'm dead, bitch, I'm coming back to you as a ghost and fuck your life up. That's how they're acting. Donald Trump is, well, we're going to get him. Shut up. Old bone spurs McPussy. Get the fuck out of here. Out here acting like he hard. Your ass wouldn't go nowhere. Mueller went to the war in the thick of it and became back a hero. And your ass had bone spurs and came back a pedophile. What the fuck you talking about? Kills me with these wussies acting like they strong. You are a punk that talks a lot. and you bully people. You know what kills me about what I recognize about the white male leaders in the Republican Party? They're all wussies. Every last one of them. None of them will stand up. What is it that they have to lose? A job? A position? But I thought you cared about, you spent your entire life being a politician and you said you cared about the Constitution and a democracy and America and patriotism. And when it comes to Trump, you said, fuck all that. You don't care about America. You don't care about democracy. You don't care about the people. And another thing, as I'm on a roll, I thought of today. Why, again, we said this before, though. Why is everything on the Democrats? Republicans, you're getting pissed off right now, right? You upset and you all up on these apps and shit on the phone just saying, you know, we should all get together. Bitch, I got something for you. Why don't y'all come together as ex-MAGA and have a huge march and see how many of you dipshits come out and fight against this orange turd? How many of you got the balls, right? How many of you got it to be able to get your ass out there and have a march? Not with the Democrats, not with just black people. All you people who are MAGA that are against this fool right now, get out and march and burn your hats. Show that you don't want this shit no more. You want Democrats to do something. Where the fuck y'all at? If you really against it, Marjorie Taylor Greene, if you really against all this shit, you're Candace Owens, if y'all really are hard enough to go against this shit, fuck you talking. Go out there and burn them hats. Go out there and say fuck MAGA. Go out and say democracy matters instead of white lives matter. Go out and say democracy matters. Walk around and have a shirt on that has an X for MAGA, meaning Trump. Why don't you go out and do that? All these damn empty words you guys keep talking about. Oh, I don't like it no more. I didn't know you're going to do. Get your ass out and go against them 100. Then you'll start seeing shit start to change because we already out there doing it. You guys got your mouth service, but you're a bunch of wussies too. You scared of this orange creep. And either one of you could fart and kill the man at any given time. And you're acting like this is the hardest, scariest thing you done seen. You've had scarier things in your fucking nightmares. You've had worries more about things that's been under your bed, scared of what's going to come out of that, than this fool. You could scare this man right now, and he would go meet his maker. Jump at him. Boo! That motherfucker will fall out and die. And y'all acting all scared over this orange, crusty-ass man. Kills me. It kills me. Doing all this talk, but you ain't got no marching together. Y'all know how to organize. Came up with Project 2025. That came up with all this, what's his name? The dude who got shot. Charles, not Tucker Carlson. Charlie Kirk. Y'all organized. Y'all went to the fucking, the college campuses and did all y'all shit. Y'all went to all these conferences. If you really about it, get out there and fight against this man. I'm getting tired of having one or five of y'all on the fucking news talking about it's really, we used to work for him, but he's not really good. Okay, great, wonderful. Now get your ass out there where it ain't getting paid, where you actually got to stand up for America, stand up for democracy. Quit talking about it. Get your ass out and do something about it. Getting on the news and shit and sharing your little 5 cents when it was your ass that used to fucking praise this orange turd that got him in the position that he's in. We ain't forgot. Fucking traitors. You ain't doing shit about it, then shut the fuck up. I want to hear that you now on my side and understand what's going on if you ain't out there marching and fighting and letting people know you voted for him and we sorry, we fucked up. You should have your own movement. We fucked up with the orange guy. Now it's time for us to be a part of saving democracy. Why don't you do that? Other than that, shut the fuck up. Quit trying to be on our side if you ain't doing shit about it. I don't give a fuck about your feelings. Get out there and do something about it. You're the ones who fucking open up the door and let this fucking devil into the house. It's your turn to kill it, to get rid of it. And I don't mean actually kill him. I'm talking about kill the system. It's your turn. Instead of sitting here trying to be on somebody's side and still wanting us to lead. Get your ass up and lead something. You led this devil into the house. Now lead that bitch out of it.
I would say perfectly. I would say that if they carry through with that, it'll end that that problem, that conflict, and I think it'll end it very, very substantially. We have very much in mind our partners in the Middle East. We've had great relationships with a lot of them, as you know. A lot of them were surprisingly hit, and I was surprised to see it, and so was everyone else. But we have, they're very much in mind in the discussions. So the discussions took place yesterday. They went into yesterday evening. They want very much to make a deal. We'd like to make a deal too. We're going to get together today by probably phone because it's very hard to find a country. It's very hard for them to get out, I guess. But
I guess it's very hard for them to get out. I guess, dude, this doesn't even make any sense. Why did the reporter say if it's so hard for them to get out, how they in touch with you? I'll wait. They can't talk to each other, but they're talking to you. You really want us to believe that? Got the mic in his face. You want us to believe that one? Okay. All right. That's what my shirt. My shirt says, fuck your feelings. But yeah.
We'll at some point very, very soon meet. We're doing a 5-day period. We'll see how that goes. And if it goes well, we're going to end up with settling this. Otherwise, we'll just keep bombing our little hearts out.
Who is Steve Witkoff speaking with, Mr. President?
Speaking with in Iran?
A top person. Don't forget, we've wiped out the leadership phase 1, phase 2, and largely phase 3. But we're dealing with the man who I believe is the most respected and the leader. It's a little tough. We've wiped out everybody.
Is that the Supreme Leader?
No, not the Supreme Leader.
So it's not much trouble.
Well, nobody heard of the second Supreme Leader. The son.
Are these
Okay, so here's another thing. Nobody's never heard of him. Well, people heard of him. They mean nobody's heard from him. He doesn't have the English language down that well. He's still in 4th grade. But I don't quite understand what the hell he's talking about. I mean, I'm speaking to the top leader I believe to be. You don't need to believe, you need to know. Why you making deals with people that, like I said, you could be talking to the head waiter, the head chef there. Who is it? Because again, the only people we know that are the head of anything over there is the son of the guy you killed, the previous leader, the Supreme Leader's son. That's the only thing we know. Now, there has been no other person, but somehow maybe you got some back channel to somebody. But if you had the back channel, you would know who it was. Why is it a secret? I mean, it's these people try to make it seem like, oh, it's top covert, man. Quit watching fucking James Bond. Get the fuck out of here with this shit. It's so, why would we do that? We'd be stupid to tell you. The stupid to tell us who the fuck you talking to. So you're talking to somebody who can't outwardly say he's the leader. And you expect movements to be made if you haven't talked to the person that is actually leading. The shit doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. They always try to act like we got some top secret shit. Man, get the fuck out of here. Ain't no top secret to know who the hell you speaking to. Why is it every president has says we're having talks with the leader and they'll mention the leader's name? Like, we're speaking to Benjamin Netanyahu. Instead of that, we're speaking to the leader. You spoke to Benjamin Netanyahu? Well, we ain't heard from him, but it's the top one below him. So the top bottom, not the top, but the top bottom is what you're saying. So the top bottom making decisions now. Okay. Yeah. Next. I don't know what, you can't even agree upon that shit even being real if you ain't talking to the dude. And if you ain't heard from the head dude, which that's who they say is the head dude, then who is his protege? Who is he delegating shit to? Because if you ain't heard it from the head dog, then you ain't talking to nobody that he's giving permission to talk to you. It's just, it's shady as hell. And to be taken back, the information or misinformation, disinformation that this man gives you and actually put it on the news to make it seem as though they still kind of say it's kind of flimsy, but they don't go out and out say he's a liar. But he is. I mean, come on, dude. The dude lies about everything. If he's breathing, he's lying. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And even when he is telling the truth about something he did that's successful, he lies about how successful it was. So it's never a time that he's not lying. If he said, I won $1 million, or my dad gave me $1 million, it was really 400 million, whatever. He tried to make it seem better than what it was. I turned it into 400 million. So what you're saying is you got 400 million. You told me you got $1 million, and then you went out and lost everything. And now you want to tell me that I made a few hundred million with it. And no, you had 400 and you took it down to $1 million. It's not the other way around. You went broke. You was born in the touchdown. You took it back and ran it back to the other team and gave them a touchdown. It just doesn't make any sense. But you want everybody to believe you something special. You special, all right. You special, all right. Chin strap, helmet, knee brace, all that shit, mouth guard. Yeah, that type of special. That's the type of special Donald Trump is, will always be, and will go to his grave being. You have witnessed white privilege to its ultimate level. We see a man that if he didn't have money, couldn't get a job parking cars. But because his family had money and he became a pedophile and bribed people and made money off of rich other pedophiles, and then went around putting his name on hotels because he can't build like his dad, so he just goes around throwing his name on shit so that people can actually have some value to their property. They own it, and it's just his name, and they pay him a licensing fee. And he act like he owned everything. He owned like one entire building. The rest of them are just his name on them. And doing that, being born already with the full like gold spoon, plates and everything, toilet under his butt, he act like he went from zero to hero. Not at all. Not at all. Slow. The man is slow. And they're like, oh my God, he's so great. You literally lifted a dumbass white man to presidency. If that ain't white privilege and you don't see it, you ain't gonna never see it. And not only did you do it once, you did it twice. After seeing that he was an utter failure. Utter failure. He failed on COVID 1,000,000%. He failed on the economy ridiculously. You guys are like, the ones who was out there was like, well, when he was in there for the first 6 or 7 months, that was Obama's president. He didn't even put out a bill or anything like that. The economy just kept going. Obama had the longest streak of increased economy. Donald Trump comes in, the economy still goes on. Then Donald Trump threw in the tax cuts and shit like that. The shit started going down. COVID hit, boop. And you guys give him credit. I'm like, what did he do? Tell me, what did he pass to make the economy go up? Well, the first 2 years were great. Not really. And again, the majority of that first year, because he didn't pass anything really, was Obama's economy. Just saying. And you still put not even a mediocre. He was beyond mediocre. And mediocre's here. Donald Trump was down here. You can't see it. He was off the charts stupid. And you propelled dumbass white man on top of smart ass black man. The black being Obama. You wanted to stick it to the world. Look, we're gonna put a dumbass white man in and make it feel like we're great. Yeah. What you did is allow us to see that white privilege and stupidity ride together. Like mayonnaise and white. They just ride together. Kind of orangish white. But still, that fits Trump. That's what y'all did. You put dumbass white men as the top because you felt like a smart black man made you feel stupid. And rightfully so, because y'all was stupid. So much so that your racism and your stupidity came together and gave birth to an orange fuck named Donald Trump and gave him power. And look what he's doing to you. Now you're yelling and screaming, well, I voted for him and his gas prices are too high and I'm losing my farm. Shut the fuck up. Pay for it and shut up. If you ain't gonna fight for it, we ain't got no time to listen to your fucking feelings. It's crazy as hell. You guys go out, well, I got into an accident. How'd you do it? Well, I ran into a tree. How did I do that? You was going fast? Yeah, I was going fast. So how did you hit the tree? I don't know, but I hit it and I'm hurt. I'm like, so you drove fast, nobody else involved. Just boom. And then you ran into said tree. And now you're missing a limb and an eyeball. And you want me to have sympathy for that? Fuck you. You're the one who did it. Ain't nobody else involved. Now, if a squirrel came out or a deer came out and it happened, I got sympathy for you. But you a dumbass on your own? Fuck you. Go to the doctor. Get a fake eye. Move on. We ain't got time for that shit. Fuck your feelings. You put yourself in this position because you wanted to hurt somebody else and ended up getting yourself hurt. Huh. I ain't got nothing but chuckles and laughs for your ass. No feelings whatsoever. I only got feelings for people who have feelings. You ain't got no morals. You ain't got any empathy or sympathy. Quit asking me for it. Because I can shut the shit off for people who don't deserve it.
Nobody, we have not heard from the son. Every once in a while you see a statement made, but we haven't. We don't know this living. But the people that seem to be running it, and they seem that based on really facts, because things they've said have taken place.
So things they said have been taking place on really facts. This man wouldn't know a fact if it jumped on his face and looked orange and just stuck there. He would just be like, oh, that's just my makeup. You could not tell the difference. He would not know. Quit lying. And they sit there and listen to this bullshit. You know what's going to happen? 20, 30 years after this man is dead, if that long, when America starts climbing itself out of this fucking fire pit that they fucking elected to put us in, America's burning and shit. Once the fire don't stop, every race, including good white people, are going to look at dumb white people and be like, shut the fuck up. But you know what I think? No, we don't give a fuck what you think. Shut the fuck up. You in this country and got rights, but we don't give a fuck what you got to say. That orange fuck 20 years ago, that's what you had to say. That's the last time we going to listen to your ass. Don't shut the fuck up. Don't say a word to me. I'm going to backslap the shit out of you. Slap the taste out your mouth if you say some shit. But we want to vote for fuck you and your mama. Get the fuck out my face. That's what we going to do to y'all for eternity. I'm going to teach my kids, my grandkids, if I live that long. You see a Republican, punch him in the fucking throat. This dumb shit. You think about, oh, I'm a Trump Republican. Punch his ass in the throat. Get rid of him. Tired of it. I don't want that shit to come back to life ever, 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 ever again. These weak ass people don't want to work hard, all lazy as shit as far as coming education, and want everybody to bow down to their dumb ass. How about you stay in school and learn something? How about you become a part of people who are educated instead of eating boogers and glue and marrying your cousin? Oh, five-tooth having bastard.
Again,
Why not?
I don't want him to be killed. Okay? I don't want him to be killed.
Mr. President,
Nobody wants to be that. Nobody wants that job right now, you know? Nobody's exactly looking forward to being the head of that particular country, but perhaps we'll be able to solve that problem.
Mr. President, you've deployed ICE agents to American airports. Newsmax, sir. You've deployed ICE
You're not
agents.
doing a very good job.
You've deployed
He gets mad at this dude. I'm tired of him. We done for right now. He gets mad at a dude at one of his own stations that he likes. So he goes to a CNN person and she gets to answer the question. But who cares about all this shit? He just wants you to ask him questions that aren't hard for him. And these reporters get trained just because they're going to talk shit about him, so they don't ask some of the same questions. They start, oh, let me give him a soft one. And no, fuck that. It'd be all hard. Fight for democracy. Everything he's got to say, make it so this fool don't ever want to stop and talk because he's going to look like a dumbass, which he is every time he speaks. He mad at Newsmax because they just, oh, you want to see it? I'll let you listen to it. the question that he asked him about, I think he asked him about ICE agents or something like that. Let's see it real quick. See if I can get it back up. Oh shit! There you go. Why?
You're not doing a good job. Did you hear me? Okay, go
What
ahead.
exactly?
Yeah, let's go back.
You're doing a very good job.
Mr. President, you deployed.
Nobody wants to be that. Nobody wants that job right now. You know, nobody's exactly looking forward to being the head of that particular country. But perhaps we'll be able to solve that problem.
Mr. President, you deployed ICE agents to American airports. Newsmax, sir. You deployed ICE.
You're not
agents.
doing a very good job.
Yeah.
You deployed ICE
You're
agents.
not doing a good job. Did you hear me? Okay, go
What
ahead.
exactly do you
He was saying that, you know, you deployed ICE agents to airports. I don't know why he's mad at him, because that's exactly what he did. And he's mad because he don't want to talk about that. But we've talked about that. That is the entire thing that Donald Trump just said, one, is a lie. He ain't had no conversations with nobody. I believe Iran over Donald Trump. Why? Because they're still fighting. They're still shooting. And Donald Trump said at least 3 or 4 lies in the first few seconds that he spoke. Shit that just didn't add up. To say, like I said before, that you contacted them and talked to them the day before, but they have bad PR. They got great bombs, I guess, and they're cheaper and they're being effective, but they got bad PR, he says at first. Then he says, oh, you know, we blew up all the systems so they may not be able to contact one another. Then he remind you, it's like, wait a minute, you guys spoke to each other just yesterday. So, and then they told us today, the people we got in touch with over in Iran, the leaders over there, said we ain't spoke to you at all. Where do you think they get their information from? You think the PR is going to speak for the leader without getting the leader's permission to say what the fuck he needs to say? I mean, that's just like having, you know, Caroline Levitt come out and say to us, well, Donald Trump believes that this war is a mistake. Is that yours or his decision? Well, that I'm speaking for Donald Trump. You think that happens over there where they are really like a dictatorship? That dude would have his balls cut off that on air if some shit like that happened. And you over here talking about they didn't contact this person, but yet this person spoke for the country. Knowing his ass would be murdered sitting here trying to make them look weak. If that's not what they did, come on, man. Come on, man. You can't even bring up the leader's name, and you won't sit here and try to make us believe it. More information came out. The leader of Ukraine, Zelensky, Vladimir, I get him wrong, Vladimir or Vladimir, whatever. Zelensky, because him and Putin, their names sound alike, but I always mess it up. But anyway, Zelensky came out and said his intel found intercepted, I guess, Russian intel, and he found out because Russia, you know that Ukraine was asked to help Donald Trump with these types of drones, these special type of drones that they have that are like $50,000 or whatever, and how to intercept them. But Russia is helping Iran, and Donald Trump talked to Vladimir Putin, and Putin said, "Hey, I'm not helping them." And Donald Trump freed up sanctions on Russia to sell oil, while Russia's over here making a mint selling oil, while the Straits of Hormuz is literally closed for everybody else. He's making a mint while we're going broke. We're wasting all our military arms while they are selling and buying whatever. We are getting into a quagmire where if we become weak and very weak because we're just having a heyday fighting Iran, who's to say that Russia won't find their moment and be like, we could take their ass out? They overextended. Who's to say they won't do that? We don't know that. He's vowed to take us out. He has vowed to kill us, Americans, destroy America. And yet, though Donald Trump's kissing the ass of the dude that vowed to destroy America, he is actively trying to destroy the dollar in America. BRICS. Russia, the R in BRICS is Russia. Actively trying to destroy our economy. And this fool just opened up the ability, his sanctions, for this man to sell oil. While at the same time listening to Putin say, we're not selling them information, but here it is. Zelensky's literally saying, our intel has it that he is sharing information of locations of military bases, weaponry, and things of that nature. What does Donald Trump got to say about it? I haven't heard him say shit about it. Nothing. Now, maybe you heard something. All day I've been looking for it, and I haven't heard one word of Donald Trump responding to this. If you did, put it in the comments. Because it's just insane to me that we already knew this because we were being told this. And Donald Trump, for some reason, like I said, he must have this man having sex with a goat or some shit. Because, I mean, damn. How do you really have no understanding of this dude effing you over? You don't see it? It's crazy, man. This is not the first time. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on with this entire thing. But the thing that one guy was, that Donald Trump got mad about when the reporter was asking him about these ICE agents that are been released to multiple airports throughout the United States to help because DHS, the TSA agents haven't had a paycheck in over a month and a week or something like that. So many have quit. Many who have been there for a while and probably stuck in between, you know, when you get old enough, like 40s or whatever, you know, it's kind of hard to find a new career making the money you was making as a TSA agent. You know what I mean? So you don't want to be going out and selling tires or some shit. So these people are sticking around because they don't put all their 401k and all that shit into it. So they going broke. They spending their savings and everything like that, selling shit, whatever it may be. Now they're working for free. And Donald Trump sent over, let's see if I get your comments here, my bad. Thought I had it on there. There you go. And Donald Trump sent these agents to the airports to help them get the people through. Okay. Boy. And here's the, I mean, none of this shit's ever really thought out. That's why we know Donald Trump's a dipshit. None of it's really ever thought out. This is the thing that's crazy about it, y'all. I don't know if y'all heard this, but there was a caller that called into Fox. And that caller suggested that Donald Trump, why doesn't Donald Trump send send the DHS to the TSA to help them out to get people through the airports? Like, he thought it was a great idea, this person who was a caller. And Lord, the next day, Donald Trump makes that decision. Our president is listening to dipshits who call into TV stations to make decisions. Not well thought out decisions either. And you know it's not well thought out because he didn't think about, well, how long does it take to train a TSA agent? What actual help do they need at the airports? Did you contact TSA and ask them, how can we help while we're going through this process? How will we best benefit you in this process? No phone call made. No decisions contacting these people whatsoever. Nothing. They just showed up talking about they're going to help them. Did you ask the TSA agents, how long is your training Do we need to train our people up on some things? Maybe we can take the least hard position. Maybe we can walk the dogs around and sniff everybody or something. Maybe we can figure something like that out. I mean, we used to that. We don't did the dog thing. Maybe we can help. No planning, no strategy, no nothing. Just dipshit. They listen to a dipshit on Fox. If you watching Fox and asking questions on Fox, and that is your station, you are a bona fide idiot. Why do I say this? Because Fox lies about everything. It's propaganda. It is not fucking news. So you call a propaganda station that doesn't give you the facts, and you're going to say, well, they should do this. And then you, as a president of the fucking United States, don't listen to your people who are learned, who went to school to be educated on making decisions, who have been in the government long enough to know if I do pull trigger A, this C is going to fall out the sky. So I need to leave trigger A alone, and therefore C's got to stay where it's at. I can pull B just a little bit, but D just might cause a little problem. You got to know these things. You just don't go in blindly and pull A. These dipshits have no idea. They did that shit with Doge. Yeah, go ahead and close that down. Oh, we need them for security reasons? Oh shit. Like nuke security reasons? I didn't know that. The fucking department has nuke in it. Fuck you talking about? They bright. They're stupid ass white men making dumb ass decisions. And white privilege has gotten them where they are when they all will get fired from McDonald's on the first day. Jesus Christ. Help us, Lord. Help us. Help us. But these ICE agents go to help. And we got leaders like Representative James Comer. I want you to hear what he had to say about it. And we're going to talk about it.
I'm glad the president's put ICE in there for a multitude of reasons. That'll drive the Democrats crazy. I'm glad the president's put ICE in there for a multitude of reasons. That'll drive the Democrats crazy.
Okay. All right. We got people who are homeless in this country, way too high for the richest country in the world. We got people who are living paycheck to paycheck and who are losing their homes right now because everything's costing so much, having to go to apartments, losing their houses. People who are losing even their apartments. Don't know where to go, living with a friend or whatever, or homeless. We got healthcare falling the fuck apart for many families. We got families that have no healthcare because when that shit went up, their bill went to $4,000 a month. Some went to $8,000 a month. Even though they may be making pretty good money, I guarantee you they did not plan for their bill to go from $1,000 a month to $8,000. They did not see that coming. We got parents who are single parents that need to take their kids to some location that they can barely pay for to take care of their kids while they go to work and try to pay the bills. We got people who just don't know what to do. We got people who have went from eating a nice meal pretty much every night, home cooked meal, to eating ramen noodles, trying to figure out how they're going to make shit work. Making stew out of beans, bread, and water, or whatever the fuck they can make it out of. And this man chooses to send our ICE agents who are not equipped to do this job to the airport. And he thinks telling them to take off their mask was a solid. Not realizing that you're wasting money for these people to be there. Not realizing that you were sending people who are getting paid to help people who are not getting paid. Not realizing that more bodies in a building causes more havoc. You got a lot more bodies in a building that aren't moving, just standing there. Therefore, crowding the place even more. Causing some people stress because whenever they see police, they get stressed out. Others who just like, I don't want to be around these people. I can't stand them because they can't stand ICE, because a lot of people can't stand ICE now. They're trying to get on a plane in which used to take about an hour to get there earlier. They're telling these people to get here between 4 hours to 8 hours earlier. So heightened tension as it is. And you got dudes and women who have killed people like Renee Good, who have thrown people to the ground, which they did at another airport here in California, I believe San Francisco today, body slammed a woman. These are the type of steroid-driven type of people that had too much testosterone and not enough estrogen. And even in the women, too much testosterone, not enough estrogen, out here throwing people to the ground for no fucking apparent reason. And they sitting there not knowing how legally these people can't check for IDs, right? They can't do any of the jobs to help TSA. So when you saw them today, as they had video, and you can go check it out, of these TSA agents being in the airports, these fools are holding up walls. You heard me. They sitting there chilling. The fuck are they doing? Nothing. They're standing there doing no work. And you know what's so fucked up, Donald Trump and your dipshit crew? How do you think the people feel that are over there working their ass off and being asked to train the dipshits that go around killing people instead of helping people, to tell them, oh, can you lift this up for me? Can you do that for me? And they got to sit here and try and teach somebody while trying to do their job. How the fuck is that making the job easier? How is that helping? I used to be able to say, yeah, I can do this right here, you do this, I go, and I'm trying my best, but there ain't enough people here, and I'm sitting there making shit work as best as I can, and then all of a sudden I gotta tell dipshit that it doesn't go over here, go over there. And I'm doing my thing. No, put it over there. How the hell giving me a third job to teach a fucking nitwit is going to make it go faster? What about structure and organization don't you fucking understand? I just don't get these people. You're going to give a person who's already stressed out, not getting paid, stomach rumbling. Motherfucker, you should at least have them come and bring them some chicken or a pizza. Let them be errand boys. Can you go get me lunch? Go do something for the money you're making. How about bring them food? Okay? Because you ain't doing shit holding up a wall. If you're going to turn them into something, turn them into fucking like delivery boys and girls. The fuck is wrong with y'all? Gonna bring them there and think it's... The whole damn airports were even more packed today. Even more backed up today. How the fuck can you see that? It doesn't take a person with a fucking brain. I mean, you can be half dead and still figure out, adding a third person who doesn't know what they're doing to a person who's already doing two jobs, therefore giving him or her a third job, will make the flow slower, not faster. How stupid do you have to be to not get that? MAGA, explain to me how your president listened to a dipshit on air who probably still shits himself. And Donald Trump was like, that'd be a good idea. Oakley dokley, let me do it. And he commanded people who were getting paid a shit ton of money to go to the airport and just stand there. Not even deliver to people food who don't have the money to get food, stomach rumbling. Tell me why. Tell me why. Jesus Christ. I mean, is that what we got to do? We got to call Fox and give them actual good ideas so this dumbass will learn how to make good decisions? Is that what we got to do, people? Call up Fox and be like, you know what he should do? He should have them deliver the people food so therefore they can have something to eat and sustenance, and they can be able to work and not have to worry about their stomach grumbling and you know, them being healthy and good food, whatever it is. They can be able to work a lot harder with food. Yeah, and drinks and stuff. Yeah. How about that? Even better, what if you took some money temporarily out of DHS, because you got a lot, and just shifted it over to that department and just pay them, and then they just have to pay it back. At least the organization has to pay it back once it's over. Just put that money back into DHS, and then we have it funded, and how about that? You can't tell me you can't do it because you illegally shifted money to other areas since you've been president this second time around. So you can't tell me you can't take money out of DHS and just throw it over there to TSA for them. How about that? Jesus Christ. It's just terrible. But James Comer is a big child. He said he liked it for no other reason, other reasons, but for no other reason than it'll piss off the Democrats. I'm like, dude, I don't care what kind of issues you have with Democrats, bro. You a grown ass man. And you sitting here talking about people who can't eat, can't feed their families, their dogs, they can't pay their bills. They're probably gonna lose, if not have a lot of back pay on shit, or take out loans and have to owe back interest on money just so they can get by until this shit is over. They're gonna be in debt when it's over. And you're sitting here talking about it's a good idea because it's gonna piss off Democrats. This is what people mean by Democrats are always the grown-ups in the room. And the kids are always the Republicans. The Republicans are always playing games, toying around with everybody's life like it's funny. It's not funny. You did it with the food assistance. You did it right now with the TSA. You've done it before with TSA. You guys play these childish games with people's lives. And we Democrats have always got to be the grown-up in the room because you are a bunch of petulant, bratty-ass kids. This grown-ass, blockhead man, Representative James Comer, is excited about ICE going to the airport because it sticks it to the Democrats, but he didn't give a shit about the TSA agents watching the people who are working there, or the TSA agents watching the DHS or the ICE people working alongside of them while these ICE people are just standing there chilling. Yo, man, you gonna go get something to eat? Yeah, man. And they sitting there eating their little chicken and hamburger and shit while these people out here working. They working. And having to tell them, oh yeah, you know what? It'd be best if you just go over there and sit over there by the escalator because you ain't helping me. We all done been there where you done had a job and the shit's busy and they bring in somebody who's slower than molasses and you sitting there like, dude, just pull that button right there. Pull the lever. The gray one. Oh God. Fuck it. I did it. Sit your ass down. We all done been there. We all done been there. Hopefully you weren't one of the persons that I'm talking about, but we all done been to the point where we busting our ass and some dumbass person that's related to somebody that we work with or the owner's son or daughter, and they can't do shit. And you over here, oh, you just pull this, you do that, you fucking lose your arm. Don't do that. And they over there like damn near losing a finger. You be like, what? Boy, let me bring your dumbass kids around me, uncles and nephews and shit. Get people with education so we don't have to be sitting here teaching dumb people how to live. Jesus, why don't they work for it? But bringing people around them was a terrible idea on Fox. It was a terrible idea as a president who did not think it through. It's another one of those things that when people do shit like this, it tells me you never had a real job in your life. Donald Trump's never having a real job in his life is showing right now, because if he had had a job, he would know about procedures. He would know about training. But see, because he's been this quote unquote business owner and doing the things he did, he thinks a monkey can do everybody's job. So I can get a kid to do it. I can get a monkey to do it. And even though it's some of the hardest shit, you ain't gonna get no monkey or kid to do it. But they think, oh, he's only making $100,000 or whatever it may be. It's a menial job. It's gotta be menial. And it's hard as shit. And they try to send in a dumb person, and it takes you forever to try and teach a dumb person how to do a job that's hard as shit. Something that most people don't went to college for or some kind of special training for. You want some dude that just graduated high school or just got out of college and have no idea what they want to do. Teaching them. And so, do you think TSA agents just get hired and just start working the next day? Lo and behold, TSA agents got to be trained for months before they can actually get into the airport and work. And because you didn't know these processes, told me that you didn't do your homework. You did not call and ask. You literally heard it from somebody and you just acted on it. Now, why would you act on something so stupid? Just one or two thoughts into thinking about the structure will let you know ain't gonna work. Asking yourself one or two questions. What is the job of a TSA agent? How long do they normally train? And how can my guys step in and be able to help? Not everybody has the same skills. Simple questions we know our president failed to do. And you want us to believe that a man that heard on Fox an idea from a dipshit calling on the phone and immediately did it the next day without doing homework. You really want us to believe Donald Trump literally did his homework on Iran? We know he didn't, because he was like, nobody expected them to close the Strait of Hormuz. Nobody said that, whatever. Fucker, everybody's been saying that. Obama knew it. Bush knew it. First Bush knew it. This shit's been there forever. But it's the problem. Y'all a bunch of dipshits and don't read. And so America's in this bubble of dumbassery. And we got to sit here and crawl through it because MAGA got their feelings hurt because they feel less important because other people did their education and became smarter than them. They want to fuck the country up and take it back to a place when dumbass people succeeded without having to work hard. Yeah, you went to farming and stuff and work, and hurt your hands and worked hard with your hands and, it's good earth work. I get it. But the world went toward technology and you guys got left behind. It wasn't us that decided to go toward technology. You know who did? Billionaires. They're the ones who invested in it. And they had to keep up with like China, which we're far behind in many ways. So when the world starts picking up in front of you, quit trying to take it back. Ain't nobody trying to get a brick phone. Ain't nobody trying to go back to a car that you fucking wind the fuck up and start. Nobody trying to go back there. And that's what you guys are doing. Trying your best to take us back to a time where you weren't mediocre. When people looked at you like, oh, these are some smart people. Why? Just because they're white. What you talking about? That's the whole thing here, right? White is right, no matter what. Now it's like, you're a dipshit, but I'm white. Hey, what's that got to do with it? And that's the problem. It's become more fairer, not as fair completely, but more fairer for everybody else. We haven't got to where we want to go, but we ain't got women stuck in a house barefoot and pregnant just because, you know, they were told to. They can do it if they want to. We've come a ways from that. They want to go back to that. I'm like, I'm sorry. We don't want to go back there. That's the thing about America. If a woman decides that she wants to stay at home, be barefoot, pregnant, and chill and take care of her family and work her butt off that way, she can decide it. But there is no golden rule of telling people how they must live. What the fuck is this? This is some inferiority bullshit, trying your damnedest to do whatever you can to feel supreme when you're not. There is no supreme being. The only one that's supreme is supposed to be the one, if you believe in God, that's supposed to come back. The Jesus guy, he's supposed to come back. That's the supreme being. You're not. And you made him in your own image so that you could feel that you're supreme. Nope, it is a brown man with wool hair that will be showing up. If you're looking for that white guy with blue hair, with blue eyes and brown hair, you done picked the wrong one. I don't know who that is, but that's not Jesus. He's not coming back for you. You won't even recognize him. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. When people, these evangelists, these Episcopal, what do you call them? Not evangelists, but anyway, the people who are just far right religious, and they're like, when Jesus come back and all this other shit. I'm like, you far right religious people, you think that white is everything. Jesus was brown, baby. So when you come back, he ain't gonna want to be around y'all. Matter of fact, he gonna probably cast you to hell because you ain't gonna do him but look at him like, you ain't him. What do I do that? Huh? Who this dude? You gonna push Jesus to the side. Hey, Jesus ain't gonna come back for you. Because you ain't gonna want to get on the boat of the brown dude. You're gonna be like, you ain't Jesus, because you don't know. You got all these pictures of white Jesus. That ain't him. Read the Bible. It kills me too. These far right Republican, like conservatives, evangelicals, they kill me with this shit. Because I'm like, dude, you worshiping a white dude. That ain't him though. And in the Bible it says false idols, you cannot make it into heaven. Worshiping a false idol. So how you getting into the brown dude's heaven when you done made this idol that you worship and you call him Jesus? You're sinning right there. I mean, the ultimate sin. You can't get in at all. I mean, at all. So why you better turn the dude brown real quick, make him Jewish, and give him some wool hair instead of that blonde brown. He's got to have brown eyes because he's in the heat. I don't know what you're doing. It kills me when they think you got Jesus in your life. No, you don't. You got some white dude in your life that ain't Jesus. But you can keep going at it. And that's why I always look at them when they all, Jesus love me, he's going to come back. I'm like, you got the wrong dude on your shirt. So stop it, please. Just stop. Ixnay on the Jesus A. Because you done got it wrong. A. Got that devil on your shirt talking about Jesus going to come back and get me. I'm like, I hope that Jesus does come back and get you. Because I'm hitching a ride with the brown dude. Y'all can go to hell with that white dude. That white dude, straight hell. He ain't him. It ain't him. Look in the Bible. It tells you. Read your Bible. Read your Bible. Please just read it. All right. I ain't trying to piss nobody off. I just tell the facts. Read the book. You know that I got a couple more things I want to talk about. Trump said, DHS, I had heard about this. I hadn't read the whole thing, but I ended up reading it today. Trump got the Democrats and the Republicans came together with a deal to be able to give DHS, get them paid. All the other organizations, they were just going to put ICE by itself, and there was a negotiate ICE situation alone. Republicans and Democrats agreed on it. Donald Trump decided to no, I'm not going to accept that. Basically, I'm going to veto that. And then he comes out in a press conference and says this about the DHS situation. He's adding on shit. You had them all debate and finally come up with a decision, and then you change it on them.
So I'm tying Homeland Security into voter identification with picture and proof of citizenship citizenship in order to vote, and those two items are the most important thing having to do with Homeland Security. So it should be part of the Homeland
Thank you so much.
Security
For the
bill.
donation, the $20 donation. Thank you so much. 1999. Now, I wanted you to hear that for two reasons. One, he was talking about, that he wanted to add on the Save America Act to be able to pass this DHS decision of getting them paid. So now they've already had a DHS hooked up and TSA and all stuff like that hooked up to ICE. Now he's trying to say, okay, you guys came up with a deal for everybody except for ICE, but now I want you guys to add ICE on top of that. I want you to put the Save America Act on top of that. Well, them Republicans are like, the ones in the Senate at least, we're not passing the Save America Act. It ain't happening, Jack. We ain't voting on that one. That ain't gonna happen. We don't want it. And Donald Trump is sitting there saying, "Oh, add it in." I'm like, you know how hard it is to get these people to agree on something, and finally, when they do agree on something, you decide to say fuck it. And here's the thing, America, Republicans and Democrats and Americans, forget all the party shit. Donald Trump don't give a flying fuck about you, because these people are going without pay. They're hungry. They're taking loans out. They're getting into debt. People are losing shit. People aren't eating. And instead of giving them some kind of relief, he's adding on to their pain. These people are not going to be able to come up with no Save America Act on top of the DHS situation, on top of saying that, as part of TSA. And then on top of that, to be able to do what he wants them, he wants them to continue to do whatever Trump wants them to do. It's four things that he wants to have now, when it was just, getting ICE this additional. And the thing is so crazy, ICE just got a huge pay raise and a huge amount of money put into ICE. Why are we even renegotiating giving them more money? What? We gave them a ridiculous amount. Their budget is bigger than any police department in the United States. And you want to give them more money? What are they doing with this money? Follow the money, Democrats. Follow the money. Something's up. These guys have way more money than they actually need. And for some reason, this dude has made their quote unquote war chest bigger than any police department. And I'm pretty sure many of them combined. And he wants more money. That don't make any sense. None whatsoever. So he's trying to fuck with our democracy and our voting rights with the Save America Act. He's trying to put more money into ICE, where these people out here killing people. It's like, yo, you got to retrain these people. You got to make sure that they got to show their face and all that. He don't want none of that. I just want more money and I keep what I want. It's like, dude, that's not how negotiations work. That maybe how the hostage negotiations may go. But even then, they don't make real deals. And so it's crazy to me that every time this happens, Democrats have got to be the grown-up in the room and making hard decisions while they're like, my way or the highway, and crying and running into their room and start kicking shit and throwing a tantrum. You'd be like, dude, grow the fuck up already. You got to give and take. But they don't want that. They don't want the give and take. And then they're asking for money for this war. This war, he just said today, he lied, we know this, but let's just give it to him if not lying, because he wants us to believe it, that they're in negotiations and that they're close and they agree on everything almost, he said. Almost everything we agree on. And within the next 5 days, maybe they'll have a deal or so. Then if that's the case, why do you need 2,500 military men and women over there, traveling there, that's going to make it there this Friday? Why are they over there now? Why is there like a total of, I don't know how many is it, 50,000 that's over there that's over there right now, whatever? Why is it so much of an increase? if you already think you're making a deal, why are they heading to more than likely their own deaths? You don't have a deal. You're trying to lie to the American people and make it seem like you're more successful than you are. You didn't plan, just like you didn't plan when you put these ICE agents at the fucking airport when they don't know how to do the job, and legally they can't check IDs and they can't do any of the actual manual labor that these people need to check. They can't do it. Legally, they just can't do it. And so when he mentioned that in a press conference, why didn't the head of the head of, was it DHS or the director of it right now, since they don't have a head of DHS, why didn't that person stand up and say, well, you know, sir, they really can't do that. They're not qualified to be it, and legally they can't. Why wouldn't he automatically know that and be able to give him the information? This is what I mean by having smart people in a position. The people who know their job well, as soon as a leader, like if I'm the head of a business, I'm the owner, and I come in and I say, you know what, I'm gonna need you to do this, and I'm gonna need you to do that, and I believe you're gonna do this. I want my people to be able to tell me, sir, I'm on it, but you do know that if we do this, it's a violation of Code 75, and over here it's gonna cost you an extra $100,000, and then we're gonna have to. You'd be like, oh, you ain't say no more. Say less. What should I do that can give me the same outcome? Oh, you can do A and B, and then this, and it only costs you about $5,000, and it's all legal. Oh, okay, do that, baby. Go and do your thing. That's what you want. You don't want a dipshit to be like, yeah, I'll do it, and then find out when you get there, what, we can't do it? Why not? Law 79 A, B, F, J, K, and this, that, and the third. And you should have known this before you left Washington, you dipshit. But no. These dumbass white people want to feel smart. I want to be smart one day. Little Timmy wants to be a smart kid. So one day I'm going to lie to myself and keep telling myself till I fake it, till I make it, and I'm going to become president. And then I'm going to have a bunch of other dumbass people around me, and nobody's going to recognize that I'm a dumbass because I keep saying I'm smart. Except for the smart people who look at you and be like, this dumbass. Your mom should have swallowed. Last thing. I see that. You said Iran has 600,000 soldiers. They had 1 million. 400,000 died. They had 1 million soldiers. At one point, but the last thing, America. I just want to say this real quick to two Democrats real quick. Fetterman, fuck you. I say it to you from the deepest part. I mean, from the bottom of my toe, under my big toenail, all the way up to the tip of my bald head. Fuck you. Okay? I just want to say it. Fetterman, fuck you. Say it again. Fuck you. And then there's another guy, Senator Martin Heinrich. Democrat from New Mexico. Fuck you too, bro. Entire lineage, all the way back, grandma, great-grandma, great-grandma, granddad, all them. Fuck that entire lineage of y'all. These fools voted today, Democrats, for Mr. Mark Wayne. Is it Mark Wayne? What we call it? Misspoke Mullen. This lying sack of shit. Then they had to get some kind. This one dude, Democrat, he gave him some kind of glowing, message about him and shit like that. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for the donation. Here's the guy right here. Senator Martin Heinrich. Yeah. Mark Wayne, Misspoke Mullen, is not someone who can simply be bullied into changing his views. And I look forward to having a secretary who doesn't take their orders from Stephen Miller. They just fucked us. This man literally think Markwayne Mullin is a man that can't be bullied. Dude, he is a failed MMA fighter. I mean, he tried, failed, right? And he's a consummate liar. The dude lies every chance he gets. We don't caught him in major lies. Major lies. Dr. Menarez, he lied on her. And then had to turn around and go out and tell a reporter, well, I misspoke. No, you didn't misspoke. You lied. Same guy that tried to snatch a sign, a representative, was it Al Green? There you go, Al Green. Representative Al Green. Try to snatch that out of his hand. If anybody knows the law, if you got something in your hand and somebody grabs it, your hand is a part of the object that you try to grab. That's an assault. So he literally tried to assault this man. Same dude that wanted to fight somebody and said that dueling was legal at one point, and he still believes it should be. That's the guy you wanted to be the head of DHS. You had a woman in there who's just ditzy as fuck. Now you bring in an MMA fighter who obviously, is aggressive and wants to fight. So the dude that's going to be leading DHS wants to fight people and believe dueling should be legal. But you think that's going to calm everything down. We don't got 2 people killed under a woman who called them domestic terrorists real quick. And then this dude, he's worse than her. And you thought he was better than her, Mr. Martin Heinrich and John, whatever, Fetterman, you dipshits. I promise you, man. I promise you, I don't get these Joe Manchin Republicans to save my life, bro. I really don't. I mean, Republicans, Democrats. They might as well call them Republicans, because I'm like, how would you vote alongside this dude? And you think, for the life of you, you really think that this man has his own, how you call it, that he is his own man. This is the same dude that when Donald Trump offered him the job, he was freaking out. Like, oh, I don't know for sure. I don't know if I should do it. He's freaking out because he knows he's not qualified. He doesn't have the resume for it. Another opportunity for a white male who is a freaking dipshit, whose brains are just pieces of crap, that you decide because you think he's a manly man, because you must be a wimpy ass man, to sit here and think that he's going to have balls against, Stephen Miller. Do you understand that Stephen Miller is just Donald Trump's left nut? Did you get that part? Do you think Stephen Miller's making these decisions without Donald Trump knowing? Are you this stupid? You are in the bubble and you can't smell the shit that's going on. You that close to it and can't see it. You literally think Stephen Miller out here ruling things by himself. Stephen Miller is the voice that's inside of Trump, that Trump won't even say in public. He's got his little nut over here that's doing his job for him. Go out there and do the work. Do you really think, you guys are always talking about Donald Trump, do you think Donald Trump can, you can bully Donald Trump and you can get him to do what you want him to do? I do, because he's a dipshit, but they say that all the time. He's a strong person, and you're going to tell me little bald head, bubble head as he's going to actually be able to tell Donald Trump what the fuck to do. He's going to do it. You really think Stephen Miller is going to be able to tell Donald Trump, this is what's going to happen with DHS, and I'm standing by it. You can't tell me no different, Donald Trump. And that you're going to sit here and tell me that Markwayne Mullin is going to sit there and stand up to the guy who just gave him an opportunity. He was already talking about, we had lunch with him. He's already on his sack. Talking about we ate lunch with him. My wife knows him, all this other shit. I'm like, dude, how in the hell are you going to put somebody in a position that is a worm, a parasite that's stuck to Donald Trump's other nut. And then you're going to sit there and talk about, oh, well, Stephen Miller's not going to get his way. What? Donald Trump put Stephen Miller as his left nut. And you think Donald's going to chop his nut off to give Mark Wayne Mullen, which he knows is not qualified, to give him leeway and power over Stephen Miller. New Mexico. I don't know where Fetterman's from. You guys are stupid for electing these dumbasses. They literally think what they're saying. They literally think this shit. Okay. And you really think Stephen Miller is running Donald Trump? Because you have to think that to say that he's not going to follow Stephen Miller's orders. He's going to be man enough. Really? Just don't know. These people, I promise you, I am just average intelligence. But these people make me feel like I'm alien smart. You know what I'm saying? I can start to levitate to some shit. I mean, because I never thought there was this level of stupidity, even in leadership. I'm sitting there like, you got to be smarter than me. You got to be. And no, these people make bad decisions and still succeed. I think that's the gimmick about white supremacy and this white privilege shit, is to always make white people look smarter than they actually are. That's the privilege part. Because this dude is an absolute dipshit and he got promoted. I know there is a woman somewhere that is brilliant, that knows this job in and out, and would make that white dude look like he was born with half a brain. But nope, they want the half-brain white dude to give them some morale. Look, dumbass Timmy, you could grow up to be president too. Look, he eats booger and glue too. Look at it. Jesus. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm done. I don't have my fill of dumbassery. It makes me feel like, it makes me feel like this American dream shit is just a joke. If you're able to give dumbass white people what we call the American dream without actually working for it, what the fuck is this American dream shit? You can't obtain that. People who aren't white males cannot obtain this level of shit being a dumbass. As you can see, President Obama runs circles around most white presidents that have lived in our lifetime. Mentally, the ability to do shit, the ability to speak in complete sentences, the ability to run circles. You didn't catch him in any other debauchery. Didn't have no Monica Lewinsky's in his life. This man was superb, and he had to be. And it's so crazy, him being that superb as a leader. You see, a black man had to be 1,000 times better than a dumbass white man to become president. Dumbass white man, Donald Trump, became president. Brilliant ass Obama. Far difference. Off the chart smart, down in the bottom of the barrel amongst the sludge, dumb Donald Trump becomes president. That's the equality. They both became president. How? If we had a level of intellect to become a president, most of the presidents that white men would have never made it. Especially the Republicans. Clinton was a scholar. He just couldn't keep it in his pants. All the rest of them, Bush, dipshit. Father Bush, dipshit. Donald Trump, major dipshit. Donald Trump again, major dumbass dipshit. Who else? Just saying. Just saying. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to get out of here. Much love to y'all. As always, seek the facts. Fuck the lies, and call people out when they do it. If you let people lie to you, they'll continue doing it. And if you call their ass out because they love lying, they'll scat away from you like a roach when the lights come on, because they don't want to get called out by you. And that's the best way to get the fucking darkness of liars away from you and get the sunlight of those people who love the truth to stick within your bubble, within your circle. Because like I said, once this dipshit is gone and whatever demon comes back and claims his soul, I promise you, Republicans and MAGA, y'all ain't gonna be able to say sorry enough. I don't want to hear it. You died along with him. I don't want to hear you voted for Trump. Shut up. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk to you. Do your voting. Take your ass over there. I ain't hiring a fucking Republican that was fucking voting for Trump. I ain't fucking with none of them. None of them. If you were that dumb for that long, a decade, you don't deserve to have a job worth a damn. You can't be that stupid and literally be good at what the fuck you do in life. Because you can't make good decisions. How do you make good decisions when you voted for that dipshit 3 times? Ugh. All right. Right? I fear the same thing. What's left after Trump is done with this country? I'm telling you, we got it 2026. We vote 2027. We got to get him out of office. And I understand everybody's like, what about J.D. Vance? I don't know. One problem at a time. But we have got, and he took part in this shit too, all this illegal shit as well, J.D. Vance. So we might get to impeach both of them. I'm not sure, but that's the Dems. You guys got to tell me what the laws are. I don't know, but I'll keep looking it up. But they got to go. And then you get Mike Johnson, and he's the third person. He's the Speaker of the House. But it ain't no great thing either. But if we elect the Democrats as the leadership, Hakeem Jeffries become the Speaker of the House. We can get rid of the president, get rid of the vice president, and then Speaker Jeffries becomes the president interim. Yeah, I get it. I don't like the fact that, I think it was him. I think it's him taking money from AIPAC. I don't know. We got to denounce that AIPAC shit. But anyway, got to do what we got to do. You guys have a great night. Much love to y'all. I'm going to see y'all again tomorrow doing the same thing, spreading facts. And, fuck everybody's feelings. You guys have a great night. I see you when I see you.